Welcome to Breaking Ice and Building Bridges from Possibilities. I'm Kelly Johnson.
And I'm Byron Jackson. Glad you're here.
Connecting a community through conversation.
I'm Santiago Ramones. I do podcast things here at Possibilities, among other things.
I'm Peaches, and I am the operations manager at Possibilities, but also put on many hats, as you do at nonprofits.
Peaches, what do you love about Possibilities?
I love that it is a place where anybody can come and explore who they are and how they operate. Because in the outer world, it feels like you have to fit into boxes. Sometimes that don't work for people. And when I first started here, I had just come back from China, teaching English over there, and then I went back up to Washington, where I was born and raised, and then I didn't like it, and then I was just like, I don't know what I'm doing, and then I came back down here, and then I was like, I just gotta get a job, I gotta do something, I don't want to work as a waitress again, because that was awful, and I'm really kind of bad at it. And then it just so happened that Possibilities was hiring, and as soon as I walked in for the interview with Byron and Kelly, and I saw Byron and he was wearing head-to-toe rainbow tie-dye.
Yes.
And I was just, the whole time I was sitting there, I was just like, I have to work here. I have to. If I don't, I'm going to be so sad. And the longer I'm here, the more I have found me, which feels great. And it's like all of the things that are my strengths and my weaknesses. Me and Byron always joke about how we're two sides of the same coin. He operates in a completely different way than I do. And when the aha moment hit about that, where it was like, oh, we don't do things the same way, and that's not a bad thing, that was mind-blowing and wonderful.
Yeah. What I love about Possibilities, I guess it comes down to the values. For me, in that trust, dignity, and service are things that I greatly value as well. Not just as like a organization, but like the spirit of what we're doing. There's a lot of things that we do and are striving towards, but I feel that those values are present in us, in the people that are doing the possibilitiesing, but also that those values even have a core, deeper value within that's just people, right? Human beings. I love that what we do is always guided by people and making sure that we can be of service to people, that we can treat people with dignity, that we can create trust and help others to create trust in their communities. I love that we love people, and I love that in anything that we do, we're always striving towards having people be the goal and the foundation. And so for me, as just podcast guy, I think that that's a core thing for me as well, is that I care about people and their stories. I think that maybe on its face, whenever you think about what Possibilities does, and then you think podcasts, it's a little bit like, wait, what? But whenever you get down to this is how we reach out to people, this is how we have them tell their stories.
How we find out about people,
Exactly.
like that person specifically, and the people that they bring in here.
Helping people to tell their stories. And so that's a core value of mine, and I feel like we've always aligned in that. And so I'm grateful to get to be a part of it.
Yeah, I agree. Enjoying people for who they are and what they bring is really refreshing. I think that it allowed me to be me. I don't think that I had been doing that before being here, because this was the space where I felt good enough and safe enough to actually be me unapologetically. And that comes with recognizing if I'm being extra or being much and all the things. But even then, it's like I don't feel bad for being how I am because we talk about stuff. Or Byron's like, hey, what about this? Or maybe think about it this way. Or here's another way to do this. Or even like you'll bring stuff up. And the sense of collaboration and heart is hard to explain. We have a special bit of magic.
What do you love about Byron?
I love that he is my opposite. He is the wacky, kooky, bald dude that struts into places being fabulous and rainbow and kind and just so off the cuff. He is magical, I think. Sometimes it drives me nuts. I will admit. But in a good way.
The chaos has to come with the magic. That is a whole. What Byron brings requires a bit of that chaos, requires a bit of that wackiness in order to bring that heart and that connection. I think it took me a while to understand that. We have to like integrate the chaos into how we operate, which is actually one of my personal values as well. I have 3 things that I operate with. Love never fails. It's going to be okay. And I might be wrong. I might be wrong is, in a sense, the spirit of chaos, is the not knowing and embracing
Going for it anyways.
the unknown. Yes. And what Byron does so beautifully is welcoming the unknown, welcoming the chaos that others might bring, and then taking what they bring and turning it into something special, turning it into connection and communication. That's something that is really special from Byron and really special to have at a place like Possibilities. It's not this blind chaos. He's going somewhere.
There is a point. Yeah.
Yes.
No, it's like, it's just holding the space for anything to happen. And anything does happen all the time. Especially when we have new people coming through or the tried and true crew coming through, and it's always different. And he does have a good mastery of holding that.
Yeah.
Allowing for it.
And I think that maybe to the uninitiated, they might see Byron as just this hurricane of chaos, but he's actually like a really well-contained ball of chaos. Because once you get to like the core of who Byron is, he actually really loves peace and quiet. That chaos that you see is something that is vented out and brought to others to have this magic happen, to have these connections happen. And then once all of that is done, he's like, all right, leave me alone. While you can have this ball of chaos that makes everything fun and allows people to connect with each other, he can also bring a good bit of peace along with it.
What is something that you would tell Byron for his retirement that you think he should take with him?
Actually continuing on that thought of peace. He's spent a long time bringing that energy and bringing that chaos, as we've been referring to it as. I know, maybe not as deeply as he does, but I know what it takes to carry that chaos for a long time. So I'm glad for him to have the ability to have peace at will.
Yes.
Rather than being pulled into more instances where he like has to deal with that chaos. Now you can bring out the chaos whenever you want. You can bring out the peace whenever you want. And I hope that you enjoy the peace. What about you?
I think I'll go opposite. And I'll say, keep going with the chaos. He does it so well. And I think a lot of people need it. And a lot of people need to be taken off guard or taken by surprise so that he can work his magic on them and that he can just continue wearing his rubber duck Crocs and his rainbow glasses and go and be loud and all over the place. And
yeah. I do think that that comes from him naturally.
Yeah, but just like not letting it go just because he doesn't have an organization behind him. But like just doing it.
Yeah.
I think he will. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I think something that we often see from people that do a lot of care for other people is that they get lost in that care for other people and
forget to take care of themselves. Yeah.
And so I hope that he will have the opportunity and the freedom to take care of himself.
However that looks.
Yeah. So that whenever he wants to care for others and give space for that vulnerability, that he's able to do that in a way that still enriches him and is not something that is neglecting himself. Thanks, you, Byron.
Connecting a community through conversation.
Breaking Ice, Building Bridges is the Possibilities community podcast platform. Thanks for tuning in.